Nobody thought history could repeat itself this way, but Kirk Frost has done it again. After years of public humiliation, tears, and reality TV drama, whispers are turning into hard receipts. Jasmine Washington is allegedly pregnant. And all signs point to Kirk as the father. For Rasheeda, this isn't just another headline. It's déjà vu from her worst nightmare. And this time, the betrayal cuts even deeper. Friends say she's been breaking down behind the scenes, questioning every decision she's made since forgiving him the first time. Social media is in meltdown mode, with fans flooding her comments, begging her to leave for good. Meanwhile, Jasmine's camp is staying very quiet, which only makes the rumors louder. But the real question is, if this is true, what does this mean for the Frost Empire, their marriage, and the messy love triangle that refuses to die? For most couples, surviving one public cheating scandal would be enough to either end the relationship or force a lifetime vow to never repeat the mistake. But in the case of Kirk, Frost, and Rasheeda, it's starting to look like some patterns never die. And this time, the whispers aren't whispers anymore. It began with a single Instagram story from a gossip page late Friday night. A grainy picture of Jasmine Washington, looking tired but radiant, standing in front of what was clearly a doctor's office. The caption, "A little birdie says congratulations are in order." At first, it seemed like harmless speculation. Jasmine's name hasn't been in heavy rotation for months, and some fans assumed she'd moved on completely. But then, within hours, another piece of the puzzle surfaced, this time from a local Atlanta blogger who posted a screenshot of a DM, allegedly from someone close to Jasmine. The message read, "She's about 10 weeks along, and the father. Let's just say she's been through this with him before." The internet didn't need a name. One look at the history was enough for everyone to land on the same conclusion. Kirk Frost stopped by Saturday morning. The story was everywhere. Headlines screamed, "Kirk and Jasmine back in the headlines. Is history repeating?" While Twitter had hashtag Kirk Frost trending. Memes started flooding the timeline, some cruel, some just pure disbelief. And at the center of it all, Rasheeda. For fans who have followed love and hip-hop, Atlanta, this wasn't just another messy rumor. This was a painful echo of one of the show's most infamous storylines, the revelation years ago that Kirk had fathered a child outside his marriage with Jasmine Washington. The fallout back then nearly destroyed Rasheeda emotionally and publicly, yet somehow she chose to stay, rebuild, and forgive. That's why this latest rumor was hitting harder. According to one anonymous source, a stylist who has worked with Rasheeda, she was shaken to her core when she heard the news. She's not even mad the way she was the first time, stylist allegedly told a blogger. It's worse. She's broken. She keeps saying, "I can't do this again. Not again." Social media started dissecting Rasheeda's recent activity. Fans noticed she had been unusually quiet on Instagram the past few days, posting only vague quotes about protecting your peace and knowing when enough is enough. One post in particular, a black background with white text reading "Love shouldn't feel like déjà vu," sent her followers into overdrive. Meanwhile, Kirk was moving like nothing had happened. He posted a clip of himself in the studio, smiling, bobbing his head to music, and captioned it, "Focused on the grind. No distractions." If that was meant to address the rumors, it backfired spectacularly. The comments section was flooded with fans calling him shameless, messy, and Atlanta's biggest repeat offender. Jasmine's camp stayed completely silent, which only made things worse. The absence of denial from her or anyone close to her was taken by many as quiet confirmation. A few eagle-eyed fans even claimed they spotted a small baby bump in one of her recent TikTok videos. Though skeptics argued it could have been the camera angle. But the real heat came when a Love and Hip Hop crew member, speaking anonymously to a reality TV page, claimed production had already been whispering about another Kirk storyline for the upcoming season. They've been talking like something big is gonna pop off with Kirk and Jasmine again. You don't hear that unless there's something real behind it. If that's true, It could mean one of two things. Either producers are exploiting an untrue rumor for ratings, or this situation is very real and about to play out in front of cameras all over again. By Sunday night, things took a darker turn. A new post from a gossip account showed what appeared to be a blurry text conversation between Jasmine and an unnamed friend. In it, Jasmine allegedly wrote, "It's happening. Again, he's acting nervous. Rasheeda is gonna lose it." Whether real or fake, the screenshot sent fans into a frenzy. If Jasmine was referring to Kirk, then the betrayal wasn't just real, it was already messy behind the scenes. The ripple effect hit fast. Celebrities and fellow reality stars started chiming in. Carly Red commented under a gossip post with a simple popcorn emoji, while Yandy Smith posted a cryptic quote, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice." Even rapper K. Michelle jumped in with a not-so-subtle subtweet. "Ladies, stop letting potential waste your prime years. When they show you, believe them." Through all of this, Rasheeda remained silent, and that silence was deafening. Fans who remembered her emotional breakdown during the first scandal were already bracing for the possibility of another raw, public unraveling. But then came the leak that turned speculation into near certainty. An Atlanta-based entertainment photographer claimed they had spotted Kirk and Jasmine leaving a private dining room at a Buckhead restaurant just last week alone. The photographer said they appeared tense but familiar, and when they realized they were being watched, Kirk allegedly pulled his hoodie up and walked several paces ahead. The photo itself was grainy and taken from behind, but the internet was quick to match the clothing and jewelry to pieces Kirk had been seen wearing in recent IG posts. As Sunday turned into Monday, the tone shifted. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It was starting to feel like the setup for another full-blown reality TV explosion. Fans weren't asking if Rasheeda would respond. They were asking when and how bad it would get. The biggest question now: was this going to be handled privately behind closed doors? Or was the drama about to spill into the streets and onto our screens just like last time? And according to a new inside source, the answer was already in motion, because allegedly, cameras had been rolling on Rasheeda's reaction from the very moment she heard the news. By Monday afternoon, the tension around the rumor had reached boiling point. Fans weren't just watching anymore, they were refreshing timelines every few minutes, waiting for Rasheeda to speak, and then she did. Rasheeda went live on Instagram for just under 7 minutes. But it was enough to make the entire internet freeze. Sitting in her boutique's back office, no makeup, hair tied back, she spoke with a trembling voice that made it clear she'd been crying. "I don't even know where to start." She began swallowing hard. It's like you give somebody every chance in the world and they still find a way to break you all over again. She didn't say Kirk's or Jasmine's name, but she didn't have to. Every word was aimed right at them. At one point, she took a deep breath, looked directly into the camera, and said, "If this is true, and I'm not saying it is yet, but if it is, then I've been a fool twice, and that's on me." Her comments section flooded instantly, with thousands of messages, some telling her to leave, others begging her to wait for the facts, and plenty simply sending hearts and prayer emojis. But the most telling part came at the end of the live, right before ending the stream. Rasheeda muttered under her breath, almost as if she didn't mean for it to be heard. They always run back to where they started. That was all it took for the internet to go nuclear again. The phrase was taken as a direct reference to Jasmine, the woman at the center of her first betrayal. And then the receipts dropped. A popular Atlanta gossip blog, Peach State Tea, posted a series of screenshots allegedly from Kirk's private Snapchat. The snaps showed him at a late-night diner sitting across from a woman with long, straight hair. Woman's face was cropped out, but the gold bracelet on her wrist matched one Jasmine had been wearing in a TikTok just a day earlier. The timestamps, barely a week old. One of the snaps even had a caption from Kirk himself: "Midnight Talks. Old vibes." The choice of words was like blood in the water for fans who already believed the rumors. Within an hour, Jasmine finally broke her silence, and she didn't come with denial. Instead, she posted a photo carousel on Instagram showing herself in a soft pink dress, holding her stomach in a way that looked deliberate. The caption was just 3 words: blessed and chosen. No tags, no explanations, but the message was loud and clear. The reaction was instant chaos. But Jasmine wasn't done. In her IG stories, she posted a boomerang of herself sipping tea with the words, "Y'all mad at the wrong one." That single sentence flipped the conversation. If she wasn't the wrong one, then who was? Meanwhile, Kirk still hadn't said a word, but his silence was now starting to feel strategic. According to one anonymous source close to production, Kirk had been advised by VH1 to save it for the cameras, implying that whatever was happening would be addressed on Love and Hip-Hop Atlanta for maximum ratings. The same source claimed that a film crew had been following Rasheeda all weekend, and that they'd even been present for her emotional livestream earlier that day. That's when another layer of this messy cake appeared. A leaked group text, allegedly between Kirk, Jasmine, and an unknown third party, began making the rounds. In the conversation, Jasmine wrote, "I told you, I'm not hiding this time. I'm too grown for the secrets," Kirk's alleged reply. "You're making this bigger than it needs to be." The unknown third party then added, "This was bound to come out. Might as well own it now, whether real or staged," the texts added. Fuel to the fire, especially because of the implication that this pregnancy, if true, wasn't being denied at all behind closed doors. The drama took another sharp turn that night when Rasheeda posted a cryptic IG story, a black screen with white letters reading, "Some people call it love. I call it manipulation." She didn't name names, but the timing was impossible to miss. Fans began flooding her boutiques page with supportive comments, urging her to leave Kirk for good. Others dug deeper into Jasmine's recent posts, noticing that several of her outfits had been taken inside what looked like Kirk's office. Same furniture, same wall art. By Tuesday morning, the situation had turned into a full-blown cultural event. Meme accounts were churning out content. Reality TV commentators were running hour-long breakdowns on YouTube. And every gossip blog was treating this like breaking news. The biggest question now wasn't whether the rumor was true. It was what Rasheeda was going to do about it. And according to one insider, who claimed to have overheard a phone conversation between Rasheeda and a close friend, she might not be staying silent much longer. It's talking about doing something she swore she'd never do, walking away on camera. No scripts, no production, just the truth. If that's true, the next move Rasheeda makes could be the most explosive moment in Love and Hip-Hop history. By midweek, Rasheeda had gone from silent heartbreak to visible determination. She'd been spotted in Buckhead, walking briskly into her boutique with a cameraman trailing behind. Confirmation that whatever was about to happen would be caught on film. According to onlookers, she didn't look broken anymore. She looked ready for battle. That battle happened later that night. Sources close to production leaked that Rasheeda had demanded a private sit-down with Kirk. No friends, no entourage, no one but the two of them and the cameras. The meeting took place at a quiet Atlanta lounge after hours, with dim lighting and a single table in the corner. When Kirk arrived, he was wearing his usual cool mask, casual outfit, cap pulled low, and that "let's not do this here" body language. But Rasheeda wasn't here for games, according to a crew member who couldn't keep the tea to themselves. Rasheeda opened with, "Do I need to ask, or do I already know?" Kirk reportedly shifted uncomfortably, then mumbled something about rumors and people trying to stir things up. That's when Rasheeda leaned forward, eyes locked on him, and said, "Don't insult me. I lived this nightmare already. I forgave you once. I'm not doing the fool's act again." The source claims Kirk still didn't outright deny the pregnancy. Instead, he said if it was true, it wouldn't be what you think. Things get complicated. That line hit Rasheeda like a slap. "Complicated," she repeated, her voice Shaking, complicated, is what you call cheating on your wife with the same woman twice. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Cameras reportedly caught every second. Kirk avoiding direct eye contact, Rasheeda trying to keep her composure. And the raw silence in between. And just when it seemed like she might walk out, her phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen and froze. It was a new Instagram notification Jasmine had just posted again. This time it wasn't subtle. Jasmine uploaded a full-body mirror selfie in a fitted dress that made the bump undeniable. The caption: "Some blessings come twice within minutes." The post racked up tens of thousands of likes and hundreds of comments tagging Rasheeda. The cruelty of the timing made it feel deliberate. Rasheeda's hands reportedly clenched around her phone as she looked back at Kirk. According to the crew source, she didn't yell, she didn't cry. She simply said, "She's bold, because you made her feel safe enough to be." Kirk didn't answer. That same night, Jasmine doubled down in her Instagram stories, reposting old clips of herself and Kirk from the Love and Hip Hop days with the caption, "Full Circle." Fans instantly recognized the clips, scenes from the original scandal years ago. It was like she was taunting the entire situation by the next morning. Rasheeda's live from earlier in the week was being clipped and replayed everywhere, with added overlays of Jasmine's bump photo. Commentators called it one of the most savage, real-time reality TV storylines ever. But there was another piece of the puzzle nobody expected. A blog called Backstage Passatil posted what they claimed was an anonymous tip from someone close to Jasmine. The message read, "She's not just pregnant. She's saying Kirk told her this baby changes everything, and that he'd handle things with Rasheeda privately." If that was true, it suggested Kirk might have been having deeper conversations with Jasmine than anyone knew, possibly promising her a place in his life beyond this pregnancy. The post went viral immediately. Rasheeda's fans flooded her page with messages telling her to leave, while Kirk's page became a war zone of insults and demands for answers. Jasmine, for her part, reposted the blog post with a winking emoji. As the week went on, more behind the scenes whispers emerged. According to another production insider, Rasheeda had been offered the option to film a decision scene, where she either ends her marriage or agrees to work through it. But she was hesitating, the insider claimed. She wants to confront Jasmine directly on camera. She's not satisfied with just talking to Kirk. She wants answers straight from the source. And that's where things got even messier. Word spread that VH1 producers were already trying to set up a meeting between Rasheeda and Jasmine. And Jasmine had allegedly agreed. But here's the twist. Before that meeting could happen, another leak surfaced. This time, it was a voice memo allegedly sent from Jasmine to a friend, where she can be heard laughing and saying, "This ain't even about Kirk anymore. This is about making sure Rasheeda knows she can't erase me." The memo hit like a bomb. It wasn't about love, loyalty, or even the baby. It sounded like a personal vendetta. Rasheeda hasn't publicly addressed the voice memo yet. But according to a source close to her, she heard it before the rest of the world, and it solidified her decision to face Jasmine one-on-one. The insider's final words to the blog: "Do you think the first confrontation between Rasheeda and Jasmine was wild? This one's going to break the internet." And with cameras already confirmed to be rolling, the only question now is, when these two women come face to face again, will it end in closure? Or will it set off the ugliest war Love and Hip Hop has ever seen? And there you have it, from whispers and blurry photos to bump reveals and voice memos. This saga has turned into one of the most explosive chapters in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history. Rasheeda's heartbreak is playing out in real time. Kirk's silence is only adding fuel to the fire. And Jasmine, she's moving like someone who knows the cameras are rolling and the world is watching. But now, the stakes are higher than ever. That voice memo made it clear. This isn't just about Kirk anymore. This is about ego, territory, and a very public reminder from Jasmine